recording. Okay, so good evening, everybody. Good evening to this Zoom. My name is Vladica Đorđević, and you are all invited to join us tonight for an inspiration of what is you are the power, and where are you avoiding your power, and what would it take for you to choose to be the source of everything that you be. I am coming to Slovenia this summer in Ljubljana, and I will facilitate a 2.5-day class called Lead Your Life, You Are the Power. And this is an inspiration inspired by my book, You Are the Power, that is now being translated in many, many different languages. And I'm so grateful that in Mexico, we have a group of 500 people that are reading the book, that has bought the book. And now in Turkey, it will be on television next week, actually.
Wow.
Yes, I know, with the most famous person in Turkey. And it is translated in Turkish, in Spanish, in Serbian, and the book is in English, and it will also come in Russian and Mandarin. So what else is possible? Now, from this, I have created a program based on all my knowing and my teachings and all the experience that I have working with the tools of leading your life. And tonight I don't know what we are going to talk about, because actually it always depends on you, the listener, the you who is attending this class, because it is your energy that is interested to find out or to discover something. But what I want to say is that we are all leaders. It's just that we are not choosing to be to step into that energy. And when I talk about power, I don't mean that you have to have power over someone, because true power for me is the potency to change anything for you. And it's not controlling, it's not force, it's just what are my capacities, what is available for me, and what can I change. So tonight, actually, it's about Knjiga. Knjiga has invited me to Ljubljana, and I'm so grateful for her. She's such an amazing inspiration, and she inspires me to more. And the target of tonight is Knjiga to ask me questions, and also for us like to have maybe even a conversation.
Mm-hmm. I'm so grateful and flattered to be here with you, Vladica. She's my queen. I call her my queen. And it's like really, I'm so grateful and excited that I'm the one tonight interviewing you, because I have so many questions, and it's so amazing what you are doing with your program and with the book and with empowering people around the world to tapping into the power that actually we be, because no one has ever taught us that we actually are the power and that we are the source of creation of our life. Like, so I'm really grateful and inspired also by you, Vladi. So cool. And you're coming to Slovenia, where you will do 2.5-day program. So for the beginning, I would like to ask you, what is this program about and who is invited to join to this program?
Okay, so the program is actually for everyone that is interested in knowing themselves in a way that they discover their path of behavior, where they actually use their strength against them and maybe the weakness for them. Do you understand what I want to say with this?
Yes.
So that they can discover that actually true power comes from knowing of who you are. And you know that when you are facing situations in your life that are maybe totally unexpected, like that I faced, that my son was killed. And in situations like that, people would say, will maybe go into the conclusion and think that I don't want to live anymore, I would be depressed. But what if that is not true? What if you have a courage that is beyond the mind and beyond the conclusion. And if you get to know you, you can also have a courage to stand for your points of views, but actually not excluding anyone from your life. So the class is about, I have already the program Release the Beast. You are the power with your body, you are the power in relationship, you are the power with money, and you are the power lead your life, which is exploring your unconscious reaction that impacts all the time your relationships, your money flow, and your body, so that you can take the lead and for your actions and confront yourself and your negative talk. Like tonight when we discussed the MTVSS group and you said like, how much energy are you using to talk about what is not working for you? So yeah, imagine using that energy for you and to step into creation. Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. And as I know you are like walking, talking inspiration for everyone who comes in contact with you to becoming more power. Because what I see in people and also in myself in the past is like I was avoiding my power, or like people are refusing to be the power because they are scared of that. Actually, can you talk more about that, like being the power which is beyond, like why, like what
it's
is
not can I just add to what you said so I don't forget? It's not actually that they are scared, they are becoming scared, because nobody empowers you when let's say that you are totally different and you are not afraid and you are just going. What is happening, many people that are around you are probably scared, and then they will start to talk you into the limitation. So what is happening is that many of us believe in what other people say, and we're actually not willing to look at what is possible for me here and what is my strategy if I really choose to walk my path. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that it's super amazing. And you already said that like the power that you are talking about, it's not connected with the control over others, but it's like more from the, like it's the power that we have to change and create anything that we desire to change and create in our lives in any area. So can you talk more about like being power in relationships, or like having the power in relationships?
Well, first of all, it's very important to discover what is it that is pushing your buttons. What is it that is what's the name in English when you put this box around you and you are being totally defensive and you are actually not looking what is happening to you and to your body in communication with someone else? Because if you are willing to learn the language of your body, you don't have to use force in a relationship. You don't have to convince anyone to give you something. You can actually have this ease of being with you. And what I noticed is, so like in You Are the Power class, I'm doing some different exercises that will take you to places and spaces in your life where you have experienced an emotion, and that emotion is still controlling you in your relationship. Have you noticed that some people can push your buttons?
Yes.
Yes. So, and some people don't, because you are actually not on the same energetic level. There is not the same vibration. So if you have experienced in the past that you have been disappointed or that you have been abused and you haven't been willing to look at this and embrace this as a possibility for you, this energy will come to you in many different forms, in different people, until you are willing to look at that and say, I know you. I know you, and you have no power over me, and you can play with it. Then it is actually possible to change.
Wow. So actually, when you're talking about when we kind of make a demand or choose to be the power, everything will start waking us up and showing the limitations or like things that we need to change in the face. I mean,
exactly.
yeah.
And the true power, there is a really power in this self-discovery, and it comes from knowing you.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And Vladi, why did you choose to like, why did you choose to create this program? And like, why do you want, like, why did you choose to write a book and create this program?
Okay, thank you. That's such a great question. So the book was not written for public, actually, from the beginning, because it is a story about my life, and it was more, I was writing to heal. We can heal our bodies in so many different ways. Some of us paint, some of us sing, some of us become a facilitator. For me, it was writing. And then I met two amazing women that inspired me, and they say, hey, Vladi, it's not a kindness to keep this book for yourself. The kindness would be to give book life and allow that life force to travel everywhere and to inspire the world. So this is why I choose. And then more and more people came to me and they said, oh my God, it's when I open up the book, I just get that energy that I require for today, and it's shifting my consciousness. And then I realized that the book is not just a book. This is not just a book that I wrote like a book. It is more that I have gifted this book a life force and an energy, and there are so many possibilities with it. So I actually created my first class, which was called Release the Beast, and that was such an inspiration and such a success. And I did a master class in Russia and in some other countries, a one-day class called You Are the Power. And then people said, we want more. This is not enough. Because the first part was actually about willingness to look at the limitations from the past and let them go. And then the second part of the class was to step into the creation and choose a new reality and play with the tools, so that you bring home with you after the class actually an action plans. Which action can I take? What action can I be? And what is possible here? And a month after a class, you will get together with me again, and we will look at the obstacles and everything that didn't allow you to be what you already are. So
wow, I just love listening to you, and I love your facilitation. And also, like, so it's super cool that the demand for this came from the people. So wow, I'm so grateful for all the people who ask for that and who are asking for that now. So cool. Vladi is out to the world. So how cool is that? How did we get so lucky?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Cool. And also maybe now we can invite you guys to ask Vladi a question about this program, about the book, about the power, about what you would like to know. So if you have any questions right now that you would like to ask Vladica, I mean, you can ask them. So we also give you the opportunity to be the power of asking. Because every time you ask, you kind of become the leader of the Zoom. You direct the energy where you would like to go. So are you willing to be that power and take it? Like, I mean, take it as yours. Sandra is preparing to ask.
Go, Sandra.
So, Vladi, what would you say? How should we start searching our power?
Well, you don't have to search for it, actually. What you have to do is more acknowledging it when it shows up. I'm sure that you have faced situations where you acted without thinking, and when you act without thinking, just you just use your capacities. For example, helping someone. Do you think about it, or do you just act? Let's say that there is a fire going on. Do you have to think, do I want to contribute or not? Or you just do it because this is what the situation requires. And I'm sure that each one of you has experienced situations like that once, at least once in your lifetime. And if you can tap into that energy where you know that there was this courage and that you are the source of that courage, then everything will change for you. Because for me, actually, it changed by a simple sentence. Like when I became an access consciousness facilitator, it was just after the death of my son. And I was following Gary Douglas and Dane here almost everywhere, like all over the world. And a year later, I was telling Dane in a class that I was holding his leg, honestly, and I said, can you bring me with you and put me in your suitcase? Because I don't think that I can manage without you. And what changed for me, maybe it sounds crazy, but it was just actually a sentence. He said, I am not the source, you are the source. And that energy, when he said, I am not the source, activated something in my own system. And I was like, okay, so I am the source. I am the source of creating everything in my life, the bad and the good. Okay, so if I choose 2 things that I'm scared of every day, and I do them, even if I feel the fear, what will happen? So if that is an answer to a question, for example, if you're afraid to make phone calls, tell yourself, if I would commit to my life and be dedicated to my choice, would I choose to make a phone call today or not? And you will probably get a yes. And when you do that, then you will realize, wow, that was not dangerous. Okay. Because, I mean, it is just the brain that is playing with you, and it's good to have fear. I don't say that fear is wrong. It's just that in our society we live with the fear 24/7, and that is the biggest lie and the biggest distractor that we have ever bought. Because if we just get over that and we say, I will not give up on myself, I will take risks no matter what. And this is what the book is all about. It's about never giving up, taking risks, being grateful, and choosing joy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I talk too much. Sorry. I just talk too much. Blah, blah,
We
blah.
like when you talk. Just talk.
Okay.
Thank you. This was great explanation. And we have another question from Poonam Makar. I don't know if I have pronounced correct, but
yeah, perfectly correct.
Where are you from?
India.
Wow, amazing. Welcome here on the
I'm
Zoom.
not coming on video because my Wi-Fi is slow.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, I have a question here. There are moments when you step into your power.
Yes.
And then you go through gaslighting and you come back into your shrunken self, and then you claim your power and you go back into your expanded generative energy. What do you suggest that we do when we shrink ourselves back into this reality?
So what do you enjoy about that? That would be my question.
My question before this is, do you ever shrink back into this reality after you've written this book?
Yes, it happens. And then I'm reading my own book.
Wow.
No, but do you know what I realized on my self-discovery that I am actually still doing, because this is the path. The path is to learn what is true for you. So I have realized that my past has been so much about drama and about trauma and about difficulties. So when my life is just ease and joy and glory, I had to create something so that I can feel that I'm alive. So how much are you using the lies of this reality that things have to be difficult, things has to be shrunken so that you can feel alive in your body? Everything that is times a gazillion, will you please destroy and uncreate it all? And everything that doesn't allow you to have a space of your body and the space of creation, will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right or wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So how much power are you actually using against you to make sure that you are not aware?
Quite a bit, yes.
Yes.
So also, Vladi, in this class, we can learn how to use our power to our advantage, not to our, like, not to a distraction to our lives and creation.
Yes, totally.
So yeah, and like really, I'm so looking forward to this class because I know it's it's kind of choice after choice, discovering and unlocking and clearing and tapping into our power. It's not just like one clearing or something will like, I mean, you have made so many choices in the last, I don't know, in like in the whole your life. So I mean, all of you, not just Vladi, but like all of you have made so many choices that has bring you to where you are now. And like, really, what other choices can you make to allow yourself to be more of you, and this means more of the power that you are?
So for example, does any of you acknowledge that being kind is being powerful? And what does it mean exactly when I say that? It means like, do you stand up for yourself by getting out from your comfort zone, or you because we live in this society that values logic, hard work, achievements, the definition of success, which means actually that it can be hard sometimes to pay attention to your awareness and to step out from the cultural norms. So to be kind to you, to be kind to others, is to have the awareness about what is true for you. And how much of that potency, which is in that kindness, are you suppressing or denying or refusing, or so that you don't have to be the catalyst that is changing everyone else around you? Because really true power is about the change. It's about the change anywhere, anytime. That is true power. And just being willing to dance with the change.
Wow, I like that. Dance with the change. But yeah, but it's change always for something greater. Can you talk more about that? Because some people are avoiding change because they are not, they are controlling it and like want to make sure if it's for something greater.
Okay, let me put it like this. Greater is also a definition in my point of view. Because if you decide that greater has to be a Porsche after your BMW and you don't get the Porsche, then it will not be greater, right? So, but if you allow greater to be with the dance of universe, then something totally different will show up.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly, because I mean, let's take an example. How can a mother's life be greater after her son is being killed? According to this reality,
it can't.
It can't, right? And in a way, it can, because if I don't buy the conclusions and the limitations about the death and what is right and what is wrong about death, and we look at it as a choice that we all have, and we step into the energy of gratitude, but the time that we spend together with each other, no matter if it is 1 year, 5 years, or 100, is the time that was supposed to be the time on the journey. And we ask all the time, what is the gift here for me in this? How is this going to be a contribution? And how can I open up here to receive, not as a suffering, but as a possibility? And if you, because I remember so clearly when this happened to me, and I got a call from Gary Douglas, and he was actually just running for 20 minutes. Everything is the opposite what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite what it appears to be. So if you look from that point of view all the time, that what is the opposite here? What is possible with this? Then your life can actually be a huge contribution, no matter what kind of situation it shows up. And then it becomes greater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. Yeah. It's actually our points of view are creating our reality.
Yes, yes, and we experience our life according to our habits, to our behaviors, to our points of views, to our patterns, and this is what becomes our creation. And it actually doesn't serve us if we are not willing to become aware of how we create that, and how our emotion. Let me take an example. So for example, I had a lady coming to a class that she was, when she became fearful, for example, she became very aggressive and sarcastic. So what she has created in her whole life was the aggression and the sarcasm, so that she can avoid to feel the fear and look at the fear. So this was actually not helping her in her relationship, which created some kind of a defense, and she was totally blocked and separated from herself and from her knowing and from what was possible to create something greater. So things like this we can find out in this class. What is actually happening here, and what am I choosing here, and why am I getting defensive here, and how can I turn this to my advantage so that I can become the leader of my life and change everything, including the pain, the suffering, and the problems that are actually never a problem. It is something that we create so that we can put the glasses of problems and look at the reality from that point of view. Yes.
Wow, great, great. Can you say something more about like pain and power?
Okay, so I mean, what is pain? As you all know, we are both body class facilitators, and in Access Consciousness, we speak about pain like an intensity that is trying in all ways to show you something that you are not willing to become aware of. So pain can be a power. Yes, and pain can be a power that can actually control others, for example. It can control you, it can control other people. So what power are you avoiding with the pain that you are choosing? That would be the question that I would give you in a class, so that you can look at it, because how much power are you suppressing with the pain that you are choosing? And pain is almost an unawareness that you are actually not willing to have.
Wow. Yeah, that helps a lot. Like pain is the power. And you said like that pain helps you. I mean, pain can control you or others. Can you
Yeah,
say more about that?
I can elaborate on this actually, because I had a woman in a class that was having severe migraine, right? And she has been suffering for this migraine like for years, and she has done everything under the sun and nothing helped her. So what was happening when her migraine was showing up was that everybody in the house had to be quiet. So she just wanted to be in a dark room with the curtains closed, and everybody had to walk on their toes, her husband, her kids, and her mother-in-law. And when she came to the class, I started to ask her questions, and then I asked her if she was aware that she was a very powerful woman. And from the beginning, she didn't want to acknowledge that. But when I asked her if she likes control, she said yes. If she was willing to use the control in a different way, then she got interested. And then the third day when she came to the class, she said, "Oh my God, I don't have any tension. I don't have any migraine. And now I realize that I have been controlling my whole family with my pain." So, I mean, you can use it to your advantage. You can use it for you, against you, and you can let it go.
Wow, thank you for that example. It explains a lot. So yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
So yeah, that was it.
Okay. I'm so looking forward, and I want more. I want everything. So can't wait to your class in Slovenia. So we are hopefully will be able to travel. So you need to come to this powerful class and to our beautiful country.
Yes, and Slovenia is amazing. I was totally in love with Ljubljana, so I even bought a pair of shoes that says love on them. And I bought this, and Nadia gave me a present with the kiss on 2 coffee cups. So yes, Slovenia is beautiful. And I don't, there is no reason why I'm choosing Slovenia or Ljubljana for the 2.5 days. This class will take place in Mexico City in November also, and we will start with Slovenia. And if you would like if you want to get a taste of it, you can already buy online You Are the Power with Your Body. That was an amazing class that I did last week. And you can join You Are the Power in Relationship in 2 weeks, end of May, so that you can clear your energetic lines and limitation that is holding you in the past, where you create your relationships from the drama and from the difficulties, so that you can get a totally new way of communicating with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you. So welcome everyone, July 10 to 12 in Ljubljana, and with amazing Nadia, and Sandra will translate me. So let's play and create. And what would it take for all of you to choose to be the leader in your life? Leading is fun.
Thank you. Thank you, Vladi, for your time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being the inspiration that you be. Thank you for sharing the book with us and with the world. And thank you for doing what you are doing. So I am so grateful and inspired by you. And thank you everyone for joining on this Zoom, for being willing to tapping into more power, because the world's needs you as the power that you are. So yeah, I can't wait what we can create together in June with Vladi in Slovenia. So.
Yes, once again, thank you everyone, and please remember, you are the power. Choose to create the life that you desire, and have fun. Don't forget to have fun.
Yes.
Hey, thank you everyone, and bye. Thank you for joining.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye and thank you.
Thank